guys, welcome to another Shooting with Andy. It's November 1st and I'm out in my tree stand with my crossbow. It's a far cry colder from last week. Last week we had 70-degree temperatures during the afternoon. When I got up this morning and came out, it was only 18 degrees, and right now it's only 21. So it's really pretty darn cold out here. But the sun's starting to come up. It's warming up a little bit. I can hear a lot of deer activity over to the east of me. It sounds like they're moving a little bit closer. They're making some calls. They're trumpeting calls. They sound a lot like cows mooing, but I know there's no cows within a couple of miles at least of here, so they're way too loud for any cows to be making those noises this far away. I'm just going to sit here and keep my eyes and ears open and hopefully something comes by. I took a shot last weekend with my brand new crossbow, and I shot at a lot of stationary targets with that bow, but it's the first time I shot at a moving target, and I shot a little high. So I'm hoping to redeem myself. Well guys, I'm back. It's a couple hours later. I'm getting ready to climb out of the stand. I've only been out here 3 or 4 hours, but I've got other things to do today. I've been selected to hunt at Big Oaks Fish and Wildlife Refuge down in Madison, Indiana, so I've got a 2 or 3 hour drive ahead of me. Not to mention before that, I need to sight in my shotgun. Even though it's bow season here in Indiana, with Big Oaks being a federal property, we can use firearms tomorrow at the hunt. So I'm going to go sight that in, and then we're going to hit the road. All right, if you guys are going to sight in a shotgun, there's a few things you're going to need. Obviously, you're going to need a shotgun. All right, after the gun, you're going to need some ammunition. My shotgun barrel's rifled, so I use these copper jacketed lead slugs. You can see the slug right there. These come in a 2 3/4 inch or a 3-inch shell. These are 3-inch shells, so make sure you sight your gun in for the size shell that you're going to actually be hunting with. You're going to need some sort of target. I actually prefer these splatter shot or splash shot targets. When the slug actually hits a target, it makes a big splash so you can see exactly where you're hitting from a distance. And then last but not least, you're going to need some sort of miniature screwdriver so you can adjust your windage sighting and your elevation sighting. Alright guys, well you can see on this target I shot 3 shots. 2 of them were pretty close together, directly below the center of the target, and the one on the right was probably due to my wobbling. I'm going to assume that the 2 in the center are probably the most accurate shots. I'm going to adjust my elevation up a little bit, but I don't think I'm going to mess with the windage just yet. Alright guys, in order to adjust your scope, you pull the caps off your set screws. I'm only going to take the top one off right now because that adjusts elevation. And on top of that screw, if you look closely, there's some graduated marks, and it clicks every time you turn it with the screwdriver. Turn it one way, it raises the shot. Turn it the other way, it lowers the shot. Each click is worth 1/4 of an inch at 100 yards. Alright guys, here's what we've got. The first target, I was low, a little to the right, but I attribute that to my wobbling around. I wasn't using a lead sled. I was sighting in the gun just as though I was out in the bush hunting. 2 shots are dead center, a little low. I moved over to my next target. I made an adjustment. As you can see, the top 2 shots were a little too high. I made an adjustment and brought it in pretty darn close. Made a slight windage adjustment, moved it to the left, and then my third target was dead on straight through the bullseye. I stuck one of the black dots from the corner of the page in the center, and when I went to retrieve the target, it actually pushed that dot out into the log. As you can see, there's the log that was a backing plate for my target. It pushed the paper and the sticker right into the slug hole. All right, I'm pretty happy with my shotgun. Now I know I didn't sight it in at 100 yards. I know I didn't have the gun stationary. It wasn't in a lead sled. But one thing I do know is I've been sighting my gun in this way for as long as I can remember, and I've had a lot of success. It works for me, and that's what I'm always going to do, is what works for me. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. When you guys sight your guns in, sight them in consistently and sight them in the way that works best for you. Good luck out there. Thanks for watching Shooting with Andy.